Hello, I'm Rick Costa from InkControl. I'm the developer of the InkControl board that replaces the original chips on wide format printers. It allows replacing up to 16 original chips. As you can see, these 16 wide connectors that attach directly to most printers. Alternatively, we also have a refillable cartridge with a cable that allows connecting the board directly to the cartridge, not having to modify the printer at all. The board is powered by the USB or alternatively by a external power supply, a wall cube that's optional, and you can select the power source by moving this red jumper. On one side it will power from the USB, on the other side it will power from the wall cube. Next thing, we're gonna show how to install the software that allows you to configure the board to the ink type that you're running and the color mode. So it's a simple install. Install the software and the drivers required to use the board. You just click next until the installation completes. This installation is compatible with both Windows XP and Windows 7. Once the installation is complete, you'll have an icon in Control 16 that allows configuring the board. After the installation is complete, we're going to connect the board to the USB port. And the operating system is going to recognize the new hardware. And once the installation of the driver is complete, the hardware is ready to use, we can open up the InkControl 16 software. It automatically connects to the board and shows you the current configuration. If you have more than one board connected to the USB port, you'd have to go over to the communication tab and select the board you want to connect to and click open. This board is currently configured to 4-color SP52 ink. So if you wish to change to 6-color, you'd select the 6-color mode, and if you wish to use SP51, you'd select SP51. The software will give you a warning that you need to initialize the device. That will clear the existing ink information, and once we select the color and the ink type we wish to use, we then click Init Device. We confirm that we want to initialize the device, and once the initialization is complete, the next thing we need to do is use the Easy Reload button as the message tells us to do. So if we go over to the Ink Center tab, we can then click the Easy Reload button, and that will fill the board channels with all the ink information that we have selected. Confirm the operation, and operation complete. Going back to the Emu Status tab, if we update status, we can see all the colors, the 6 colors that we selected. There are 2 banks, 8 channels in each bank. That corresponds to 8 white connectors on the board. Bank 1 corresponds to all the connectors on the inside of the board, and bank 2 all the connectors on the outside of the board. When connecting the board to the printer, you want to look at the J number next to each color bar, and if you move the mouse over the J number, it also tells you what that color represents. That J number is marked on the board, so we can more easily connect the board to the printer and know where that color is being displayed, what's the connector among the white connectors that we have to do the connection to get that desired color. For instance, J12, it's blue. So if we look next to each white connector, there's a J number, and we look for J12, and here's J12. So blue is being displayed at that location. We would just then follow each of the J numbers and make all the required connections to the printer or using the cartridge adapters. There's 3 main tabs on the software. One, Emu Status, that displays the current chip information, the colors and the ink level. There's a communication tab that allows you to open or close a connection to a board that's plugged into the USB, and the Ink Center tab that allows you to reload the chips as they are used up as the printer runs through the ink. In the Emu Status tab, there's also a list of spares. The board memory stores up to 9 spares, and we will automatically load those spares as the main chips run out. The main chips are the ones displayed in the color bars. So as the color bar draws down to 0, once it reaches close to 0, that chip is discarded and a new one is picked from the spares. Right now there's no spares. To fill up the spares, you go back to the Ink Center tab and click the Fill Up Spares. If you go back to the Emu Status, we can now see that there's 9 spares for each color. So as one of the blues runs out, one of the spares will be picked up. I can demonstrate that by manually discarding the blue chip. If I click the discard button next to the chip and confirm, we now have 8 blue spares. One of the spares was picked by the software on the board to replace the one that I discarded. That operation is done automatically once the level goes close to 0, and this is controlled in the Ink Center tab, where there's a checkbox that you can check off to say that you wish the board to discard the chip when it's running close to 0, and that's done automatically without the printer stopping. To avoid eventually running out of spares and to run non-stop, there's an option, a software option, that allows you to fill up the spares at a given interval. So if I check this box, autofill spares every 8 hours, the software will basically do the same as you would do manually by clicking fill up spares every 8 hours. This way you know the board will always have 9 spares, and as the software on the board picks new spares, the software on the computer will keep them up to 9. That allows running non-stop and unattended. That concludes our demonstration of the InkControl board and the software. And for more information, please go to our website at www.inkcontrol.net. Here you can find information about the models of printers and ink types that we currently support. And please contact us if you have any questions. Thank you.